What is up, YouTube? It's your boy Cosmic, and welcome to my channel, The Readers Block 21. And today we are back in Middle Falls. We are back with Sean Inman. Today we are going to be talking about the emancipation of Veronica McAllister. As always, let's start with the synopsis. Veronica McAllister died in 2018. She immediately opened her eyes in 1958, all memories of her previous life intact. She goes from old age, pantsuits and a cane, to poodle skirts, saddle shoes, and Buddy Holly. At the end of her first life, Veronica said she wasn't any good at life, with the most precious of gifts, perspective, and a second chance. Can she succeed where she failed during her first life, as do most Middle Falls denizens? What would you do if you could do it all again? The Emancipation of Veronica McAllister is the book after Nathaniel Moon. So that's the synopsis, right? Now, this one is night and day from Nathaniel Moon, right? If you've seen my review for Nathaniel Moon, you kind of know how I felt about it. But this one Son Inman is back in his swing. He's back in his element, right? The way we see Veronica from the beginning, she is a completely different person from where we see her at the end, as most Middle Falls books usually are. Now, with that, the premise is still the same. They live, they die, they try and do it again. Now, with Veronica McAllister, she is more of a Dominic Davidna kind of character, where she kind of is that love story type of thing. She's always trying to find love and see where that leads, and then just watching her grow. I'm trying not to spoil it, obviously. Watching her grow from where she wants to be to where she actually ends up, there's not that much difference of where she wants to be and where she ends up, right? But it's that middle bit to get there. She goes through a lot, right? She goes through, and it is quite a philosophical book. Now, the ending. The ending is different from the other Middle Falls books, right? Without spoiling it too much, it is one of those where when you've read the first couple of Middle Falls books, you're like, why doesn't this happen more often than it should? And then in this book, you're just like, boom, it happens, and it is amazing. The other question that is bound to come up when you read the ending of this does get answered in the later books with, I think it is in Aiden's book. But yes, it does as well come up in there, and it is a fantastic ending. And there's a sentence in here that you think there's a particular scene, right? They're in the car and they're having this conversation, and that's all I'm saying for that. But it is when it actually does happen, you're like, oh my god, and you miss it. But then you read it again, and you're like, oh god, that definitely happened. But it is a fantastic read. I'm trying not to be very uh, spoilery, of course, with book reviews. It's very difficult to do book reviews and not be spoilery, but what can you do? Anyway, that has been my review of that. Definitely 110%. I would recommend you read Veronica's. The next book, I believe, is one of my favorite estate agents. And that's all I'm giving you for that. Now, my question for this one is, at the beginning, this is nothing to do with the books, but at the beginning of my video, right, where it said, when you got that little, what does that sound like to you, right? What does that? Because I specifically didn't put a note on a sound on there just to let people project their own thing to that. So let me know. It would be fantastic to hear what you guys actually think it sounds like. Thank you. Peace.